Clause 52 is agreed to. First schedule on page 33. Any debate and objection? First schedule on page 33. Second schedule on page 39. Any debate and objection? Second schedule on page 39 is agreed to. Long title. Any debate and objection? Long title is agreed to. The bill will be reported to the House as having passed through the committee with amendments. Madam, I have to report to the House that the Committee of the Whole House has gone through the Zambia Institute of Procurement and Supply Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2025 with amendments.
Thank you. Dave, for consideration of the report.
Speaker, the day for consideration of the report to be taken Thursday, 20th of November, 2025.
Thank you. Consideration of the report to be taken on Thursday, 20th November 2025. Next order.
Madam, I have to report to the House that the Committee of the Whole House has gone through the Cotton Bill, National Assembly Bill number 12 of 2025 with amendments.
Thank you. Dave, for consideration of the report.
Tomorrow, Madam Speaker.
Consideration of the report to be taken tomorrow, Wednesday, 19th November 2025. Next order.
The Small Claims Court Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2025, third reading.
The Honorable Acting Minister of Justice.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill be read for the third time.
The question is that the bill be now read the third time. Any debate? Any objection? The question is agreed to. Let the bill be read the third time.
The Small Claims Court Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2025.
Next order.
Supply motion of 4th November resumption of debate.
When the House adjourned on Friday, 14th November 2025, the House was considering the motion moved by the Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning that the House now resolves into Committee of Supply on the estimates of revenue and expenditure for the year 1st January 2026 to 31st December 2026, presented to the National Assembly in September 2025. Any further debate? The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs.
Chairperson, let me begin by expressing my sincere gratitude to the chairpersons and members of the various committees that scrutinize the heads of expenditure under the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security. I also extend my appreciation to all honorable members who debated the ministry's budget. Your observations are highly valued and will inform both the implementation of this budget and the preparation of future budgets. Chairperson, the overreaching mandate of the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security is to provide and maintain internal security as the bedrock for sustainable socio-economic development. The 2026 proposed budget has been prepared with on ensuring the maintenance of law and order before, during, and after the 2026 general elections. As the country moves closer to the election period, we have observed a notable increase in criminal activities, including sophisticated crimes, violent offenses, and electoral-related acts of misconduct. These developments pose a direct threat to peace, public safety, and the stability necessary for free and fair elections. Ensuring the safety of our citizens in such a context is not only a statutory responsibility, but a national imperative. Chairperson, despite our commitment,
We haven't yet got into a committee of the whole House.
oh, sorry.
Okay.
Madam Speaker, I apologize. Madam Speaker, despite our commitment, we continue to operate under significant resource constraints, shortages in manpower, operational vehicles, and modern information technology systems are straining our security apparatus at a time when demands on law enforcement are ever increasing. These challenges limit our ability to respond swiftly to criminal threats, maintain adequate patrols, and deploy modern crime detection methods. Nevertheless, we will continue to apply every mechanism and innovative approach available to ensure that law and order and the rule of law are constantly upheld. In this regard, the Ministry is advancing the operationalization of the Safe City project, which will greatly enhance crime detection and provide real-time surveillance capabilities. This technological investment will serve as a force multiplier, particularly in a period where traditional resources remain limited. It will deter criminal activities, improve response times, and expedite the administration of justice. We are also strengthening forensic capabilities by improving operations at the Forensic DNA Laboratory and enhancing the capacity of the Office of the State's Forensic Pathologist. These incentives are critical in supporting effective crime investigation and prosecution. Madam Speaker, to improve security readiness ahead of the 2026 general elections, the Ministry will continue to increase police presence countrywide. This will be supported by improvements in service delivery and the creation of safe and conducive working environments. through the construction of office blocks and police stations. We remain committed to completing the construction of 6 office blocks for the National Registration, Passport and Citizenship Department in Chirundu, Kafue, Chilabombwe, Skongo, Shangombo, and Siabonga. Further, we'll finalize the rollout of the Integrated National Registration Information System to the remaining districts. A robust identity management system is indispensable for national security, electoral integrity, and effective crime prevention. Madam Speaker, in our continued efforts to improve the legal and policy environment, the Ministry will review the Register of Societies, CAP 119, the Births and Deaths Registration Act, CAP 51, the Passport Act, and the Firearms Act. These reforms will modernize our security framework and strengthen national security administration. Madam Chairperson, Madam Speaker, the proposed 2026 budget stands at 757,160,908 kwacha, of which 559,909,529 will be funded by the National Treasury, while 197,241,379 will be provided by the World Bank under the Zambia Refugee and Host Communities Project. These resources will support priority programs aimed at enhancing crime prevention, crime detection, and overall national security, especially critical as we approach the 2026 general elections. Going forward, the Ministry will continue to strengthen key security and governance programs, including ensuring the secure and accurate issuance of legal identity documents, improving the registration of vital statistics, promote registration of societies, manage safe and orderly migration, combat threats of terrorism and other crimes. Madam Speaker, I also want to inform the nation that what transpired in Chingola is very unfortunate and should not be tolerated. We have noted with concern members of the opposition, some clergy who have been applauding the criminals who threatened the life of the president, who threatened the state of Zambia. We will not allow lawlessness in this country. Anyone, and I mean anyone, who will be found wanting in the process of our investigation will be held accountable. We hope no one will blame us for the actions we are going to take. It is unthinkable that members of the public, no matter how aggrieved you are, can take such a heinous act. Those youths, criminals in Chingola, and their some sponsors will be held accountable. There are laws in this country that govern the safety of the president. We will apply them to the fullest so that no other member of the public will follow what transpired in Chingola. With those few remarks, Madam Speaker, I would like to thank you for accommodating me this opportunity.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Education.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I thank you most sincerely for according me this opportunity to contribute to the debate on the motion of supply for the 2026 national budget presented to the House September 2025 by the Minister of Finance. Madam Speaker, allow me to commend the expanded Planning and Budgeting Committee for its detailed scrutiny of the macroeconomic and fiscal frameworks and for the insights arising from sector committee consultations. The 2026 budget is presented at a time when our country is emerging from the devastating effects of the El Nino-induced drought and is on a steady path toward economic recovery. The projected GDP growth of 6.4% in 2026 and equitable Zambia and court provide a solid policy direction for our continued transformation. Madam Speaker, the education sector remains a cornerstone of national development. I therefore welcome the committee's reflections on the allocations under Head 9 and Head 80. Madam Speaker, the committee has accurately highlighted the operational challenges faced by the Teaching Service Commission, especially with respect to recruitment, promotions, deployments, and oversight of the 126 Human Resource Management Committees across the country. Madam Speaker, the allocation of 22.8 million kwacha, equivalent to roughly 200 per teacher annually, is insufficient to fully support digitization, recruitment system strengthening, and rural monitoring. In response, the Ministry of Education will in 2026 collaborate with the Public Service Management Division and Smart Zambia to prioritize digitization of teacher management systems, strengthen human resource management committee capacities, and rationalize operational costs so that limited resources deliver maximum results. We will also continue to advocate for improved funding in subsequent budget cycles. Madam Speaker, the allocation of 30.59 billion kwacha to the Ministry of Education underscores government's unwavering prioritization of education. This represents a nominal increase from 2025, even though the share of the national budget has reduced from 13% to 12% due to competing national needs. The committee highlighted several critical challenges which I wish to address. That is, the increased ECE allocation is welcome, but the shortages of training teachers and infrastructure remain a concern. In 2026, my ministry will scale up teacher deployment to ECE centers, strengthen community-based ECE models, and ensure that the utilization of the 262 million kwacha under goods and services is transparent and targeted at improving early grade learning materials and environment. In terms of primary education, the reduction in primary education allocation from 15.4 billion to 13.7 billion is noted with concern. Madam Speaker, even amidst fiscal pressures, we remain committed to sustaining the free education policy, addressing overcrowding, and improving the pupil-teacher ratio, currently standing at 44 to 1. And to mitigate pressures, we will continue targeted recruitment and the equitable deployment of teachers, accelerate the reallocation and rehabilitation of idle or incomplete infrastructure, and strengthen the fundamental learning using evidence-based approaches under the Zambia Kwanza initiative. Education infrastructure, while secondary PECs increased, infrastructure funding declined, slowing progress of 317 ongoing secondary schools. My ministry is engaging the Ministry of Finance and National Planning to prioritize school completion through reallocation efficiency, community partnerships, and CDF-based infrastructure support. In terms of higher education, although increased to 2.8 billion kwacha, university funding remains inadequate considering legacy debts and operational costs. The Higher Education Loans and Scholarship Board's liabilities exceeding 100 million are being addressed through a phased dismantling plan and improved loan recovery mechanisms. Madam Speaker, we have so many cut-crossing issues which the ministry is addressing them through a combination of policies and operational measures, including teacher deployment reforms, textbook procurement optimization, public-private partnerships for infrastructure, and strengthened collaboration with local authorities for school construction and skill development initiatives. Madam Speaker, as we debate the 2026 budget, we must recognize that the education sector is not merely a line item. It is a foundation upon which Zambia's long-term economic resilience, equity, and prosperity will be built. Despite fiscal constraints, the budget demonstrates government's firm commitment to investing in people, improving learning outcomes, and transforming Zambia into a knowledge-driven economy. My ministry remains steadfast in ensuring that every kwacha allocated to education delivers maximum impact for the learner, the teacher, and the nation. I therefore fully urge this August House to do the same. Madam Speaker, let me speak briefly on a few items that I heard colleagues talking about both inside here and outside the House. It is about free education, because I understand that some people are saying that when they get back to power, if at all they will, they will, they will cancel free education. Unheard of. I have never known a person who can talk like that. And this is why, Madam Speaker, I'll be coming to this House to legislate on free education, so that one day, even if we had a madman for a president, they will never get back to no free education in this country. This free education will be embedded. First of all, it is a policy, but it will be a the necessary of criminals, vagabonds. Thank you, Finance Minister, for releasing the money for free education, which we want our country to improve their standing in the world. So no one will ever do that. I understand also they are saying that they will also cancel meal allowances. How? Who can vote for you if you are going to cancel meal allowances? Do you know how many students that we are feeding now? Those 2.3 million children translate, if each child has got a parent and a mother or guardians, multiply 2.3 million children times 2 parents. That is already 4.6 million voters for the president. So where can you find a person not wanting to vote for the president? Madam Speaker, I know what happened in Britain. When the Labour Party was campaigning, they were campaigning that they were going to employ or to recruit 6,500 teachers as a promise. The Labour Party promised that way. The Conservative Party promised to recruit 4,600 teachers. The Labour Party won an election on the promise of recruiting 6,500 teachers. This government, through the president, has so far recruited more than 42,000 teachers in this country. And this is a country of a population of 20 million. Great Britain has got a population of 250, 260 million inhabitants. So where can just that single act of free education has made the president become a president again in 2026. So you could be wasting your time because numbers don't lie. If those parents are truly happy about their children to be in school, 2.3 million of those, and some of the kids that have actually passed through to up to grade 12, they are now eligible voters. They will certainly vote for the president. Already now we're talking about school feeding program. Even before the drought, we were actually feeding 87 districts. During the drought, we scaled up to 106 school feeding program. Next year, we are going now to be feeding 116 districts, the whole country. Who wouldn't want really to vote for a president of that magnitude, of that caliber? So they also want to cancel cities. There are so many things that they are promising to cancel. We will not allow you, and the Zambians will not allow you. Therefore, you can go in the campaign on the basis of whatever. What the president has done is to invest in the people that we see. Madam Speaker, thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Labour and Social Security.
I know you.
Madam Speaker, I wish to thank you for most sincerely for according me this opportunity to debate the 2026 national budget. Madam Speaker, it is well known that there is transformation that is taking place, and so this budget is to be commended because it's founded on pillars that will drive us into a promising future, a future for our children. I rise in full support of the 2026 national budget presented to the National Assembly by Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning, Dr. Stumbeko Musokotwane MP, on the 26th of September 2026, under the theme Consolidating Economic and Social Gains Towards a Prosperous, Resilient, and Equitable Zambia. Meaningful words. In a period of significant global economic uncertainties such as we live in and we are, Madam Speaker, the budget presented by the Minister is not merely a statement of numbers. It is a strategic blueprint for a more resilient, competitive, and inclusive society for our children, our future. For that, I commend the Honourable Minister and the New Dawn government for the visionary, outcome-driven agenda as expressed in the budget for the year 2026. Madam Speaker, of course, social cash transfer. Madam Speaker, in response to the theme, I may not go into the detail for the numbers that we have put in that budget, but because we are a prudent government, I know that all the members, because they belong to committees, did appreciate what is in the budget for the Ministry of Labour besides the overall budget. It is meaningful. It's pointed to agenda, to elements of the budget, to cost lines that are constructive. Hence, we have seen what is coming through from the Ministry of Labour in terms of industrial harmony that we are seeing because of the inspections that we are undertaking in a joint manner expressed by some of the legislation that has come through to support the agenda of the decent work agenda for which we have this budget. Madam Speaker, the key strategic areas of focus in particular that we took note of at the Ministry of Labour in this budget is a strategic investment, focus on investment in human capital by building a healthier, safer, and expanded competency pool of citizenry. In addition, the national infrastructure development, energy, agriculture being key pillars in the enhancement of national development. So this human development, Madam Speaker, coastlines in this area, skills are pointed to building a capacity, competency for us to enhance our deliverables in the key pillars or in the key sectors that have been selected by the New Dawn administration under the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema. So human capital is just not there for the sake of it. It's pointed in terms of skills development to agriculture, tourism, mining, energy, which we have all acknowledged as a nation, both from the left and the right in this House, that results are being demonstrated. Social protection, Madam Speaker, the budget has made provisions for health care, education, free education already alluded to by Minister of Education, and social safety net from community development or led by community development, the social safety net which demonstrates government's unwavering commitment to leaving no one behind. The fiscal discipline, Madam Speaker, the 2026 budget path to fiscal consolidation and credibility, as we have seen it, as we appreciated in this budget, and I believe in the committees as well, is commendable. It sends a strong signal, Madam Speaker, it sends a strong signal of stability to international markets and investors out there by ensuring that our country remains secure and attractive place to do business. Hence, we have seen the United States of America, the government of the US, speaking to this government. Hence, we see China coming to speak to this government.
Order, Honorable Minister. As the time, you can take your seat. We shall continue tomorrow. As the time is 18:55 hours, I interrupt the proceedings and debate stands adjourned. Day for resumption of debate.
Tomorrow, Madam Speaker.
Debate to resume tomorrow. The House is now adjourned.
Good evening. There you have it. That note brings us to the end of today's parliamentary proceedings. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow at 14:30 hours. Time now to look at what has been considered on the floor of the House. Madam Speaker did recognize the presence in the Speaker's gallery of the following visitors from Lusaka District. That's Mr. Mutete Susiku Kashimani and Mr. Mikatazo Wakumelo. Madam Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, received the guests and warmly welcomed them.
In the other announcement, Madam Speaker recognized the presence in the public gallery of the following visitors from Lusaka District: Mr. Xavier Mlewa Kashinka, Mr. Mwansa Mumba, Mr. Oscar Asa Lungu, Mr. Jeff Tembo. Madam Speaker, on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, warmly welcomed the visitors to the National Assembly.
Madam Speaker did permit the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Ruben Tolo Piri, to render a ministerial statement on the payments to farmers that supplied maize to the Food Reserve Agency FRA during the 2025 crop marketing season. And in his statement, the Minister did say that the 2025 crop marketing season closed on the 31st of October 2025 following an overwhelming response from small-scale farmers. And he did emphasize that during the 2025 crop marketing season, the Food Reserve Agency had planned to purchase 543,000 metric tons of maize.
The minister went on to state that due to the bumper harvest, the overwhelming response from farmers and the need to ensure that farmers got a fair price for their maize, government decided to allow farmers to continue depositing their maize with FRA.
And the minister did inform the House that government has continued to make payments to farmers across the country, and he did inform the House that the input distribution has continued under the Farmer Input Support Program and other programs. So the Minister of Agriculture did urge farmers to ensure that they plant certified seed and that they do not recycle seeds.
After consideration of the ministerial statement, the House went on to consider a question for oral answer under Standing Order 82. This is a question of urgent nature. This was question number 78, which came from Mr. Christopher Kangombe, Kamfinsa Member of Parliament, and it was directed to the Minister of Energy. He wanted to know in A, whether the government is aware, and the Minister did respond that government shortage in the country. The studies, the minister did state that they're prioritizing diesel allocations to OMCs and extending loading hours to fuel terminals, as well as extending night movements to fuel tankers.
The House also considered two questions for oral answer under Standing Order number 80. Question 80 did come from Mr. Miyutu, Kalabo Central Constituency lawmaker. He did ask the Minister of Agriculture whether the government has any plans to establish an agriculture camp in Mitui Ward in Kalabo Central Parliamentary Constituency, and the Minister answered or responded in the affirmative. And in the other part of the question, the Member of Parliament for Kalabo wanted to find out when the plans will be implemented, and the Minister did say that plans will be implemented once preparatory works are concluded. And in the other part of the question, Mr. Mewtu wanted to find out what other interventions the government is taking to improve agriculture production in the world. The minister did state quite a number of interventions, among them that the government aims to provide agricultural services, including extension support and import supplies to boost production.
Yes, indeed. So thereafter, the House did proceed to consider a motion that was moved by Mr. Harry Kamboni, Kalomo Central Member of Parliament, urging that this House adopts the report of the Zambian delegation to the 151st Interparliamentary Union Assembly and related meetings held in Geneva, Switzerland from 19th to 23rd October 2025 for the 5th session of the 13th National Assembly, laid on the table of the House on Friday, 14th November 2025. This motion was seconded by Nalolo Member of Parliament, Mr. Imanga Wamnyima, and when a question was put, this motion was resolved in the affirmative, meaning it was adopted.
After consideration of that motion, the House did consider a number of government bills at different stages. The first one being the Closed Circuit Television Public Protection Bill, National Assembly Bill number 1 of 2025, which was considered at second reading stage. So it's past this stage. It was read the second time, and committee stage is expected to be taken on Wednesday, the 26th of November 2025.
We also had the Zambia Institute of Procurement and Supply Bill, National Assembly Bill number 11 of 2025, which was considered at committee stage. This bill was considered with amendments, and report stage is expected to be considered on Thursday, 20th November 2025.
The other bill that was considered at committee stage was the Cotton Bill, National Assembly Bill number 12 of 2025. It has the report is expected to be considered on Wednesday, the 19th of November 2025.
And then we had the Small Claims Court Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 16 of 2025 at third reading.
And thereafter there was resumption of the supply motion, a motion that was moved by Finance and National Planning Minister. And at the time that the House was adjourning, on the floor of the House was a Labour and Social Security Minister, Honourable Brenda Tambatamba, adding a voice to this particular motion. And so we do expect her to finish off her debate tomorrow. So debate on this motion stands adjourned. And so there you have it. That's the business we had for you today, Tuesday, 18th November 2025. As always, we appreciate your company. Until tomorrow, from all of us, it's bye-bye and do take care.